Hey, good morning, Jesse. I think my right hand is bigger than my left. So, a couple things I need to do today. Clean some tools. And also de-rust some stuff. Ugh. A simple dip in water would do that. And who am I to argue with what's right? You know what I'm saying? Who am I to refute? Those wrenches look like you patted them in mud. Now you're going to impress us by cleaning them. Okay. Let's see. Lee Bouillon. I'm assuming you're new here. So, what I'll let you know is I'm an actual contractor. I'm an actual guy who goes out and builds houses, repairs houses, remodels houses. And over the weekend, main water line leak. Now, not a lot of people on YouTube are actually doing work, so I get that you are skeptical and whatever. But what we're doing here is just some basic maintenance. These wrenches need this. Okay. And this chisel that I take on site, this is not the woodworking chisel that I use for most things. I'm going to clean it up too and get it back nice and sharp. But if you are here just to hate and talk trash, then man, feel free to exit the premises. Feel free. Because what you can do is ask a question so that you can actually know what's going on, rather than trying to prove how smart you are by saying something absolutely idiotic. Is that what you would do? Is that why that to you seemed like a feasible thing? Is you would go dunk your tools in mud just so that you can say you clean them? I ain't got that kind of time, boss. I really don't. But I am going to clean up my wrenches. And after one cleans one's wrenches, then you got to oil them up so they don't get back rusty and crazy. So, I guess you can go back to your Baby Shark videos and let the grown folks do what they do. Thanks for stopping by, Pumpkin. It was great having you. Hey, Thomas, how you doing this morning? Looks like you just dumped those in mud and now you're trying to impress us by cleaning it off. That is exactly what I'm doing. You figured me out. Built this whole workshop so that I could dip wrenches in mud to impress you with cleaning it off. Oh, daggone it. I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids and that dog of yours. Man, the smart ones don't stay long, do they? The ones who figure it all out don't hang out in the chat as long. Hey, Ronnie, how you doing? What are you up to today? Mud gets in these mechanisms and will seize these things up, and I've had it happen and it sucks. And I've got a habit of leaving my tools in not the best of circumstances, and I have paid dearly. Got a hold the walt set. Cordless tools rained out on the back of my truck as we speak. Too late for them, but not these little wrenches. And if you get mud in a crescent wrench, it does not take much to get inside of that little channel and jam that thing up. It does not take much. Mud is just grits of sand, and grits of sand are bad for all things mechanical. And this is hot water, trying to get the best release I can. This won't close any further than that. Just gonna keep opening it and reclosing it. push that dirt out. Now, what I am attempting to do is, what happens is my contractor business basically shares the tools for my woodworking. And over there on that table behind you is my router table. And because my router is old, the stop mechanism on it is broken. So, see how it's getting a little tighter each time. So I have to use these crescent wrenches to work it. And this is the shape that they're in. So I gotta make sure they're good. Still won't close all the way though. Not sure what's stopping that. Just keep stopping right there. I wonder what I could use to sort of try to force it past that spot, if I could. Hey. Worked. Open it back up inside the water. And whatever's in there is still in there because it's tight, trying to open it back up from that spot. So whatever it is breaking up. It ain't gone. All right. Excellent. Well, gotta learn to stop bringing microfiber cloths over here. All right. Not gonna do anything particularly special to this because it still works. I am going to WD-40 all of the moving parts like crazy, and in between them, while it's all the way open, then I'm going to close it all the way. Put all those parts again. Right now I don't feel hardly any friction or tension at all. Opening and closing smooth. That's what I wanted. Hey Alibana, hey Bill Combs. So that one's good for now. Set him to the side. Just let that WD-40 soak in this thing. Functional. Let's see what we got. If there's any resistance. Shoot. Not much though. Big little shot. Got something jamming it right there. Right there at that little break point. Try to open it and close it in that water, and it'll loosen it and let the debris fall out. Is the idea. What's in the bucket was amazing. Oh, that's just hot water in that bucket. That is all that's in that bucket. Hot water. But hot water loosens dirt and mud. And this wrench has been with me for a long time, but $80 wrench, so I want to make sure it keeps with me for a long time. Now, an amazing product that does get rid of rust really is evapor rust. If those are rusted up and seized up through rust, evapor rust is what I'd be using, more than likely. Clean up this old chisel. Just gonna kind of do this the old school way. Why don't you use the electric sander or wire wheel? Um, no particular reason. Uh, this is a way I can kind of touch it, and it's just kind of my preferred way, because if I'm touching it, I can become aware of any problems, chips, imperfections, etc., that won't necessarily translate to an electric tool. But if I had to knock some steel off or something like that, I certainly would. And look how that tip is. Again, this is the one I use for deck building and things like that, very industrial grade. So there's a whole lot of chips in the tip of that. I probably will, just because I can't stand looking at it, I'll probably cut that edge, recut that edge today, in fact. And I'll probably do it right here. As you can see, my focus can easily change. What do I do about rust? I use evapor rust when I need to, but WD-40, once you clean this stuff up, if you do all this by hand, it will do a pretty good job of holding the rust off. It also, sort of acts like a lubricant as you clean the tool. Now, this is not a tool I care about being pristine looking, but it is good steel, and rust will affect that tip and the durability of it. So I do try to make it a habit every now and then to get it cleaned up. Not nearly to the level of my woodworking chisels, but better than I used to leave it, that's for sure. Because I can tell just by what I've done so far, the tip of that just needs a lot of work. A lot of work. And might as well show you how I do that. Do your edge with a grinding wheel. Oh, I don't have one. Oh, you're hoping I had a secret DIY recipe? There is a not so secret rust remover recipe online. I'm sure if you do a search, you could find it. But $20 bottle of Vapor Rust goes a long way for me, and I really don't need to do anything special beyond that. I like to oil things up. I like the way the WD-40 goes, and I'm just kind of an old school guy, so I don't mind the elbow grease part of it. Let's see how it comes out. Can't front. I kind of like those patinas when yo, Carrie, what's up? Spring sending the love. Yo, that is wild. Thank you, Carrie. Yo, let me look at my hands. Oh, ugh. Carrie, you are the sweetest. Clean my hands and give you a proper hug. Thank you. That was so amazing. Thank you so much. It's so nice to have those little surprises like that. It's such a rare occurrence. I'm just blown away anytime it happens. What a great little community. Oh, he just hugged me back. Perfect. You're supposed to say spreading the love. I don't know. Spell check be getting us all. It be getting us all. But I felt the love. That's important, guys. Felt the love. How nice. I will show my secret recipe for, well, it's not secret. I won't call it secret. I will show you how I get a chisel right, cut me an edge. At this point, I think I could probably build a chisel from scratch, but I could be wrong. What I'll do is go ahead and clear these couple things out of my way. And I will show you what I do. No time like the present. I need to do it anyway. Shout outs to Miss Carrie. Now, first thing I'm going to need is a combination square for this circumstance. Make sure I got one somewhere. Downhill. That combination square will let me find a square edge on this tool, because if you look at it close, you'll see that edge is nowhere near square. Nowhere near it. So, we got to fix it. Let's get a, and not that it necessarily even has to be, but it does need to be flat and smooth across the entire length of the plane. And this is what I'll do to get it right. Yeah, it's the chisel that I use for deck building mostly, whenever I have joints and stuff to cut out. But I don't like it looking this beat up. So now what I have is a square edge. And that is going to be my new guideline. Now, fortunately, to some recent upgrades to my shop, this thing does a fantastic job of knocking off metal fast. But I have to be careful so that I don't burn it and make my tip soft. You didn't hear me say that. You didn't. I didn't even say that at all. You're making it up. I will make some sort of attempt to get you a good view of this. Out of my face. This. With a good camera. And then maybe you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna do it from the side that you can see. I'm gonna just slowly press that in until I just bring that line all the way down to the very edge of it. Goes fast. Already, let me dip it in the water. That's close. Let's check it. Yeah, see if I see light through it. Yes. Still gonna knock a little bit off of this side. Good. Andreas Losmist. Hello. Hey, how you doing? Sorry I can't get through. Just leave your name and your number, and I'll get back to you. Hey, how you doing? Sorry I can't get through. Just leave your name and your number. Now I'll get back to you. You guys remember that? De La Soul? All right, now I gotta get that edge the same. Look how it's a little thicker over here than up here, because that bevel was crooked in the first place. So I gotta work that down to that edge. A lot of ways I could do that. I believe my first effort is gonna be maybe with the file may work. If the file doesn't work, then we'll move on to the grinder. But I think we can get that down pretty quickly. The question is how. Like, maybe that's a good position where I can see it this way. Let me move these buffers off of here. This might actually work good this way. Got these little grooves in here I've never used. They gotta be good for something. Not bad. It's always weird, that little piece. That shouldn't be bad right there. That'll let me see my edge while I work. See if we can get a big old chisel. Start knocking it down. These things clean everything. Anything. Just amazing. thirst alert. So, plan B. Plan B. We'll just upgrade our level of recklessness. Thumbs up, peeps. What's up, Johnny? Best money spent. Thank you. Okay, I will have a great day. Thanks. You too, Carrie. I'll see you when you show up again. It's important when you're creating sparks in your workshop to get eye level with them. Just get right up on them so you can use your eyes. Smells fantastic. So we're getting close. We're like honing in on a little thin edge, and that's what we want, right? Once we get all the way there, we can see we got some beveling happening. But we're going to adjust for that because we need to get that to pull all the way down. Now, I have to freestyle this one a little bit. Shouldn't turn my necklace around, dog. Safety first. I appreciate that, John. The only problem is that, fortunately for me, all this is made out of very elasticy stuff. If it got caught in anything, it would just snap right off. But I appreciate that. Thank you. Getting closer and closer. That is a great point, though, Johnny Blaze makes, is that if you are working around any tools that have motors and they're turning and things like that, any loose anything can be a problem. If it's a metal necklace, it'll snatch you into the tool or the tool into it. If it's loose clothing, it will snatch you into the tool or the tool into you. These are very, very important things to think about and consider whenever you start operating any kind of machinery. Here we go again. See what our edge is looking like. You gotta treat these tools like Debo. You gotta tuck your chain, family. Tuck your chain, family. I have an edge. I do not have a sharp edge, though. And that's fine at this stage. I'm gonna try to get down to one, and then we'll go to the whetstones and get to work on this thing. Whoop, whoop. All right. Feel like we're almost sharp. So we can go ahead and get sharp. You know my favorite way to do that. These Amazon whetstones. Now, typically sharpen my chisels with a homing device. I think it's about time to develop my technique for my freehand sharpening. Already learned in West. Thank you much. I'm gonna subscribe now. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's get us a little more liquid on it. gonna stay on this 400 grit for a little while. Hey, Soldier Farms. Thanks for dropping in, bud. How's the day going so far? Just trying to get down to something sharp over here. I have to clean my water soon. Hey, Oscar, how you doing? Where are you joining us from? Let's see if we are putting an edge on this thing or not. Feel like I got a long way to go. So, it might make sense to take this to a heavy grit sandpaper. And maybe just pull it that way. Now, this nonsense that I'm doing right now is not proper, but it is going to work. Yes. This is working. I know it's freaking some people out though. I'm sorry. Carrie came through and did a drive-by blessing. What? Crazy. I'll move up to the 1,000 grit. We're at 1,000 grit stone at this point. We'll move it up a little bit, see if we can get it to 3,000 grit. I am not going to take this chisel up to 8,000 grit. I just think it's unnecessary for what it is and what I do with it. But I am going to check that for sharp and see what I got here. Looking for a scrap piece of wood laying around. All right, that's something. Let's see. Wet. Well, it's about as sharp as you can get. Let's say that was sharp enough, yeah. Not bad for a little toolbox work chisel. Look at that round over. Nice. Rhinestone Suzanne, how you doing? We're just doing a little maintenance here this morning, and I found my old decking chisel, and we sharpened it up and made a very useful tool back out of it. Yeah, I think so. Do have a few more phone calls to make this morning. I was just killing a little bit of time working in the shop today, and doing some upgrades. I've still got some stuff to do over there. I started cleaning things in order to build things, in order to upgrade the shop a little bit. One thing led to another. Anyway, I'm going to take off for just a little bit, and then I'm going to come back, and I think I'll work on that Porter cable router, see if I can get this frame made for this Bob Marley poster that I'm putting together for a client. But thank y'all for hanging out with me for the time you did. I had some dust on my screen. I'll be back. Subscribe, like, do all the things so you can see me again. And follow Rhinestone Suzanne. She has awesome stuff over there. You will love it, I promise. Click on her name or something. Anyway, you'll be able to get over it. I'm gone for now. I'll be back shortly. Peace.